Today we're jumping into a huge idea from Don Fela's classic book, an idea that really flipped network marketing on its head. We're going to cut through all the noise and get right to the one simple secret to building a team that actually grows. All right, let's get into it.
So let's start with the biggest myth, right? This idea that to make it, you have to be some kind of sales superstar. You know, that person who's just got this natural charisma and can sell anything to anyone. For a long time, people thought that was the secret sauce.
But here's the thing. It's not. Not even close. Real, long-term success has nothing to do with some special talent only a few people are born with. It actually boils down to one single, super powerful word. And once you get this, everything else just clicks into place.
And that one word is duplication. And listen, this isn't just a part of the strategy, it is the strategy. It's the engine that powers real growth, and it's the foundation for this whole 45-second philosophy we're talking about today.
So what in the world is duplication really? Well, think of it this way. It's about creating a system that is so ridiculously simple that absolutely anyone who joins your team can look at it and go, oh yeah, I can do that. It's not about being an expert. It's about being easy to copy. And you can see the tie word here for it because this concept is universal. It has to be simple enough to work for anyone, anywhere.
Now, this slide just nails the difference. On one hand, you've got the expert. This person might be amazing using all these complex, fancy methods, but nobody can copy them. Their team just kind of stands around watching in awe. But then you have the system. It's simple, it's easy to copy, and it's all about the process, not the person. That is where explosive growth actually comes from.
Okay, so this leads us directly to the first major rule for building your team. This is where that whole idea of duplication really starts to pick up steam.
And this just lays it out perfectly. There's a direct link between how simple your method is and how fast you grow. If you make things complicated, they're hard to repeat, and your growth just crawls along. It's painful. But if you keep it dead simple, everyone can do it easily, and your organization just takes off. The simpler you are, the faster you go. Period.
This right here, this is your new favorite question. Before you do anything, anything, from creating a training to just explaining the business, you have to stop and ask yourself this. If the honest answer is no, then you've got to simplify it until it's a yes. Think of this as your personal quality control for duplication.
So, if the first rule is all about making things simple, the second rule is about what you do next. It's not about finding a million different simple things to do, it's about mastering just one.
You see, success here doesn't come from being creative and changing things up all the time. It comes from disciplined consistency. Stop hunting for the next new trick. The real momentum, the real power, comes from doing those few simple fundamental things again and again and again.
And that brings us to the actual tool behind this whole philosophy, something designed from the ground up to be as fast and easy to duplicate as possible. It's more than just a presentation. It's like the vehicle that makes the system move.
The absolute genius of the 45-second presentation is that its main goal isn't even to explain the business perfectly. The number one goal is to be so short and simple that the person listening has a little light bulb go off in their head and they think, wait a minute, I could totally do that. That feeling, that's the magic spark. It might be as simple as saying, hey, I found a way to build another income stream without taking over my life. It's so easy I can explain it in under a minute. You open to hearing it? See? Anyone can say that.
Now, let's talk about the mindset shift that holds all of this together. You can have the tools and the rules, but if you don't have the right philosophy, it all falls apart. This requires a pretty big change in how you see things.
So seriously, take a second and think about this. When you're busy working on your business, what's that little question that's always running in the back of your mind? Because whatever that question is, it's driving all of your actions.
And this is the big pivot. The wrong question, the one that leads nowhere, is how do I become a star? It's all about you. But the right question, the one that builds something that lasts, is how do I help my team win and grow, even when I'm not around? It's a shift from being the hero to being the hero maker. And that's the beautiful result of this shift. When your entire focus is on helping your team succeed, your own success just kind of happens. It becomes a byproduct. You're not just building a business anymore, you're building people. And then those people go and build the business.
Okay, So let's boil this all down. We can take every one of these ideas, duplication, simplicity, repetition, and that team-first mindset, and crush them down into one single simple formula for success.
And this is it. This is the whole thing in one sentence. Now, you don't need to read Thai to get it, because the idea is universal. It simply means, do simple things so others can follow, and do it consistently. That's not just a nice quote. That is your entire strategic plan. You should measure everything you do against that one sentence.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. Just forget about all the complicated strategies for a minute. What is the one single, simplest action that you could teach your team right now that every single one of them could easily duplicate by tomorrow? That's your starting point. That's where the real growth begins.